Am I on? Am I on? Who's out there? Anybody out there yet? No? Okay. James here. So, playing some Spider-Man. I'll play some friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm going to continue playing Spider-Man. Back. I'll get back on it. Why is that sun in my way? Playing as MCU Spider-Man. I wish the sun wasn't... The shade is doing nothing for me. Nothing. So right now we're playing some Spider-Man, as I said. But when I get some people on, we're going to start talking, so it should be nice and fun.
This shipyard is on the south side. Gotta remember to check it out.
Wee! You'll check nothing out, just swing away. So obviously you're playing last year's Fantastic Spider-Man from PS4, right? So yeah, we're doing that right now.
Friends, I've just received an update on Adrian Toombs, aka the Vulture. Apparently, this winged criminal has fallen ill with cancer, and he's been moved to the Raft's infirmary for treatment, which will undoubtedly cost a fortune in public funds. Now let me ask you, why do we even have an infirmary at the Raft? It's a supermax prison full of maniacs. If they get sick, let nature take its course. Now I realize that's harsh, but so is my tax bill.
He's right, you know.
Real talk, guys. The Destroy New York stick is getting old.
Puncher, puncher, puncher.
Demons aren't slowing down. What are they
No
trying to
fooling, guy.
accomplish?
It's who? Who is him?
Stay safe out there, officer. There's more where these came from.
So right now, I'm just looking for some backpacks. I wait for some people to jump online. So, you know, my crowd loves to be a little bit late. So yeah, we're not talking to anybody yet. We'll get there, but my fan base likes to be just a little bit late.
They got rockets.
You got a rocket. Right on the old MSG right now, Madison Square Garden.
Nice composition, if I do say so myself.
It's another photo in.
Nailed it.
Attention all units, there's a vehicle
Fly
pursuit in
security
progress.
ready.
Backup needed in the meatpacking district. Over.
Meat packing, schmeat packing, as long as I'm rich. So, Right now I'm just playing some Spider-Man, of course, duh. Swing around, maybe we'll get some backpacks. Get some landmarks in. And then, you know, when people start jumping on, we'll get to talking. So, you know, but, you know, if you're jumping on late, and you want to, you know, feel free to, you know, if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, because right now this is a live stream, so we're talking the Marvel Sony debacle that just happened in the last week. What's your views on it? What do you think should have happened? Who should have caved? Who shouldn't have caved? What's your opinion on it? Let me know in the comments below. So, yep. Right now we're just swinging around. Spider-Man in the air.
Ooh, love that shot.
Washington Square Park. Just goofing around like a goofball. Looking for those building icons that are in the background. I think a deal will be worked out. Well, sure there will be. Well, it's a given. But let's see. I wanted to talk about
Cool window, but I always get
where
a feeling something
Spider-Man is just too popular.
strange is
Well,
going on in that place.
basically, you know, Sony still, you know, is going to make Spider-Man one way or another. But it's basically
Empire State University, the old alma mater, and holder of my student loans.
excuse me.
Spider crisis coming through.
It's pretty much, you know, the way it is was pretty much they want. Sony asked for yeah, basically Sony asked for Marvel's creative input. They asked for like Kevin, you know, the showrunner, the quote-unquote showrunners, who basically, you know, have been running the MCU to, you know, say what should we do with Spider-Man, what story should we tell, and which plots, you know, plot points should we do. And it's like, okay, those are interesting ideas. We'll do them. You know, because
I saw Spider-Man in the area, and he didn't do a thing to stop it.
Of course
it's
not.
excuse me, my throat's a little wonky.
It was too much effort.
Let me read my notes. Originally, the deal was Sony's going to pay for everything. They're going to pay for the film. Period.
You know what I blame? The internet.
Yeah, the internet.
Except for the part of the internet that carries my show, which is performing a great public service.
I do like that guy. I know it's not J.K. Simmons, but he does a great impression. But still, the original deal was Marvel would, you know, would have creative input in one film, and they'd use Spider-Man in one of their films. So after, you know, he got popular from Civil War, and I'm going to guess Civil War, you know, basically cemented in where they were going with Spider-Man. So they altered the deal to put him in the Infinity Wars films. And, you know, Homecoming, that's, you know, one of the best Spider-Man movies there is. Besides the Far From Home. But that was enough to convince them that, you know, that you know, let Marvel put some input in the second film.
Daily Bugle. Always
Daily
a great
Bugle.
paper. Even more now that Jameson's
But
retired.
this whole thing is basically, you know, it's just public theater, I feel. It's just because honestly they could have just kept quiet about it. But they want people to choose sides. They want people to complain about it. So somebody, one of the one of the two has to snap and just say, okay, there's enough public outcry, people are mad, actors are mad, public's mad, but like, but you know, let's see, the deal that they, you know, couldn't get out. Originally, I've seen so many different things. Like, originally, I saw that Marvel was like, you know, they wanted 50% of not just Spider-Man, but they wanted this 50% of Venom, 50% of anything Spider film they were doing, and the merchandise. But, you know, Sony owns a character. True that, but apparently that wasn't really the whole truth, I guess. Where, I guess, Sony... What am I looking at? Oh,
Right. Forgot how much I love photography.
Well, I make... Yeah, but, see... Basically, Sony can make Spider-Man movies, but you know, it would basically be they'd be the ones making the story, like where they're at and story-wise in the MCU. They could go really dark with it because Spider-Man would just put Spidey on the run or whatever. Which he probably will be. But you know, I read that comic book too. It didn't end so well. It was like a deal from Mephisto. And, you know where that went. But easy. But let's face it, Far From Home is the first, is the,
1080. Repeat.
the first, is the, it's not the first, but it is the, I'm stuttering here, of course. It's the highest grossing Sony picture ever, with like, just being out Skyfall.
Let's kick it up a notch.
No, it's not.
We're done.
Take a swim,
This shipyard
Stinky.
is on the south side. Gotta remember to check it out.
But it's basically just story-wise is the whole thing. Like, what story are you going to tell? Who's going to tell a story? They're going to make a Spider-Man movie one way or another. Because they own the Spider-Man character. Tom Holland, you know, is basically is under Sony contract. I mean, yes, he's not Marvel Studios, so basically he could, you know, he's gonna be Spider-Man probably one way or another. Just depends on if they're going to how they're going to tell the stories. And you know, I think, you know, if they're smart, yeah, but if there's even no chance of
Nice composition, if I do say
of
so
some
myself.
MCU ever, yeah, but basically that the whole thing would be, the whole deal is basically, well, they had the character they would need is Happy Hogan, if anything, because Happy Hogan is the Marvel character. They could like make Kraven the Hunter. They could make Dr. Octopus, or they could just say, "Well, Happy Hogan and Aunt May broke up. What a shame." And he took all the Stark tech with him, so I gotta start from scratch because I'm a wanted man. But the thing is that they're too invested right now in the storyline. It's part of the modern myths now. Nobody wants to see a new Spider-Man reboot. Period. And they want, everybody loves the Tom Holland character of Spider-Man. I think he's probably the best Spider-Man ever, even surpassing Tobey Maguire. Because let's face it, Spider-Man. You could be a mope as Peter Parker, but Spider-Man is, every once in a while they might crack a joke. And the Raimi ones, and basically, I thought Andrew Garfield, they're starting to get into the flow with the second movie a little bit. Well, yeah, he's a nerd, but originally he wasn't. Originally, a long time in the old Ditko Stan Lee books, he was a nerd when he was a kid. This one's more influenced on, say, Ultimate Spider-Man. I believe. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty certain. Should say. But I'm going to use the word hipster for Andrew Garfield's one, because that's what he was, a dang hipster with a giant chip on his shoulder. And I thought he let vengeance get in the way too much. Yeah, exactly. Like, basically, if you've read any Spider-Man book, if you've ever read a Spider-Man book, basically, with the exception of one or two fights, it's a constant banter. It's a constant pop reference. Like, he doesn't stop. Because, he's partly alleviating the tension from himself. Like, he's going against a bank robber with a gun. I mean, he's Spider-Man, but, he knows he could get shot. I thought that, like, that's what I liked about Amazing Spider-Man 2. I thought they were starting to get it a little bit with the banter.
Any units in the vicinity, please respond. Officers needed in Central Park.
With Spider-Man, yes. Peter Parker, not so much. Yeah, exactly. Bingo. He never shuts up, and he annoys the villains. Like, I mean, I would have liked it if they made the Mysterio villain turn a little bit sooner. But that being said, I still love. I love that whole.
Look for more towers to activate.
Yeah, we're looking for towers. Well, you and I both, but I don't think that's going to.
Ooh, love that shot.
I would love to see. The way I could see it would be like I can see Kingpin, somehow, from being in prison still, from that, that would explain the whole. That'd be explain him not being in the public eye for 2 years.
A little nighttime bird watching.
And be like, well, I know I'm a criminal, but Spider-Man's worse, so we need to get him, and I'd like to put a bounty on his head.
Let me know if I can help. I'll keep an eye on the activities from up here.
Thanks for the assist.
And when Peter Parker / Spider-Man gets captured,
I have a hunch they're not tourists.
who would be his? You and I both know who would be his defense attorney. So that would be like a fantastic team up. Because I know it's been brought up once or twice that that should happen. But The thing is, you know, the Daredevil's, you know, a heavy R-rated TV show. But you know, by the way, you know that's going to come back one way or another because you know there's just things that could happen. Yeah, but like I said, if Spider-Man's like a wanted felon, it's got to be. It has to be some kind of a trial. And that being said, you could also bring, say, Venom into it. They usually like, well, Spider-Man's a criminal, so we got to go get him and eat his brains or whatever. And if he's a kid, you know, we can eat his brains real easy. But, anyways, the whole deal's it's pretty much what it is. It's basically, well, J. Jonah Factor 2. I still stand by, you know, I think that's more in tune for, say, a Spider-Verse film. The J. Jonah, just because he doesn't look like the traditional Jonah. Which leads me to believe that, you know, I kind of see the next film going full-blown live-action Spider-Verse. Like, you're going to have him not only just wear not only be J.K. Simmons but have him actually be the J. Jonah in an alternate universe. But maybe that's probably why that's a possibility why the deal went down too. Maybe I think Sony's idea is they want to make a live action. It's just my thought. My theory is they want to do a live action multiverse. And, you know, maybe jump back into, say, one of the other universes they've already used. Because the animated one went great. I like the animated one. Oh, that's breaking news, am I right? Everybody loves the animated one. But I think that's also on the agenda, basically how to make, say, that's a live action version of it. They'd probably, because yeah.
Fisk's men, this isn't good.
Hey, there he is! Run out! Get down here and fight like a man!
Well, Black and Silver isn't going to happen. That just went to concept stage. Sorry. Silver and Black. Sorry. That was just concept. It was going to happen, but it's like... The only way Black and Silver will happen will be if Birds of Prey is a success, I think.
What they were up to.
Yeah, you got the action figures, make the movie, guy. You just take it. It's not that hard. I got a PS4 camera. I can make an action figure movie right now called Black and Silver, and it'll be cheap as heck. But
Not sure what's going on here. I wonder if there's any info.
I keep saying I'm going to build it. I'm going to do the action figure movie. I just
Stephanie, a bird
quote
just stole a
unquote
flash drive
worry
full of
about
evidence.
sets.
Maybe a pigeon.
Is you know
Is that normal?
I've seen enough of the action of like stop motion action figures of like say living rooms and desks and shelving that you know. I want to do it, but I kind of want to make it look like a fake set.
You got buddies. Great. Come back with that flash drive, you dirty sky rats.
Oh come on, this one again. I forgot about this stage.
Remarkably intelligent, huh? Hey, pigeon. Sorry about the
I
dirty
hate this
sky rat thing.
stage.
Maybe we can make a deal. Whatever Fisk is paying you in
Yeah, I
birdseed,
could,
I'll
you know,
double it.
green screen it too. green screen's not a bad option. But, you know... Jump, stupid! Wee! Give me a break. You just... They were going to fly back the other way. Like, stop motion is... I want to say... It's just... Like, I've done some tests of just, like... Just some, say, of, like, figure, say, fighting. Didn't look so bad. It's just time-consuming. I don't... Yeah, I got one, sucker. And here I thought I was going to cut them off at the pass. Now, anyways, now, what else is going on besides, I don't know if I want to talk about D23, because I don't know. I used to care, but, like, they announced Black Panther 2's date. It's like, okay. They announced, they didn't, I guess they just showed some Black Widow footage.
This is it. Got the drive. Back to the laptop to see what Fisk's men were up to.
They show, do you think needs MCU? Here's the thing, right now, with the slate of movies, I can't see him
Looks like they were
being in anything in Phase 4. That's probably why there's such a big deal about why nobody wants to do anything, because Marvel's like, what are we going to do with them?
It's still uploading remotely.
You can't be in Eternals, can't be in Shang-Chi.
You're my eyes in the sky. See anything else strange in the park?
I see a pair of horned
It would have to be like a Phase 5 type of thing.
Thanks. Keep a lookout for anything else. I need to get to that junction box before the upload completes.
But it's like,
if they can't access
obviously
the
they
laptop,
would want to
can't
use them
upload.
for, say, the next Avengers movie, whenever that's going to be. Because, they're talking about how there's going to be an Avengers 5 and a 6. But I know they did talk about for a while how Spider-Man was supposed to be like the Tony Stark of the MCU, the connector. But X-Men is still a long ways off. X-Men and Fantastic Four is still basically years before they can even think about doing a film. But I've heard rumors that basically they want to use Namor as the villain for Black Panther
I never
2.
thought I'd say this. Why does Central Park need such strong Wi-Fi coverage? I thought people came here to get away.
Because in Endgame, that she's talking about how there's something going on in the ocean.
There they
But,
are.
she's not going to worry about it right now. So I gotta feel like it's gonna be Namor. And I've heard, you know, they do want to get Keanu Reeves for him. Mandalorian, I didn't know what was going on. It just seemed like just a bunch of shots. I want to know a story. You know, I get it's basically just, I'm a bounty hunter. That's all you need to know. I wanted to see if Taika is... was it Taika? Yeah, that's his name. Is going to be IG-11. I want to see some of his humor. See him like cracking some jokes as IG-11. You don't get that dude if he's, you know, not going to be funny. I feel like I'm in the freaking golf course right now.
It's him. Come on. Why so shy? I'll teach you some respect.
Yeah, but didn't they do a teaser for Comic-Con? I like being fuzzy.
He's airborne. You're gonna have a bad day.
Oh, that was a sneaky move.
There. The people of Manhattan can rest easy knowing that their passwords and cat videos are safe.
Spider-Man? I think they might have seen me.
Oh no. Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Armed men just arrived.
Lock the roof entrance and hold
Forget
tight.
those cat
I'm on my way.
videos. I would delete all those cat videos.
We need to get to Stephanie before Fisk's men do. She wouldn't be involved if it weren't for me.
They're trying to break down the door.
We know you're working with the spider. Open up.
Nearly there. Hide.
Spider-Man. But yeah,
Split up and find the girl with the binoculars.
well, the Mandalorian isn't really BS. I mean, behind the scenes. It's basically the teaser stuff.
I saw something move. Spider-Man, take him out.
You regret nothing.
Welcome to the air show.
Anybody else want to mess?
That's all of them. Should check on Stephanie.
Let's see. The first time for Comic-Con was a teaser behind the scenes. That's right. Yeah, I got a new follower. Hooray! I didn't call up the trailer. No, I know the, I've seen the trailer.
Oh, thank you, Spider-Man. That was a little more exciting than my
I just saw, you know, it's all
Thank
it's all
you.
the Mandalorian just walking around,
Boss from harvesting half the city's personal data.
and like it's a Star Wars environment. He's walking around. IG-11's there, shooting up everybody, not doing any Taika Waititi
Thanks, but
because it's supposed to be Taika Waititi doing the voice of him. So I was hoping for some jokes. I want to see a robot tell me jokes. Is that so wrong in life? I mean, granted, it's not heart beeps, but you know, robots telling jokes can't be a bad thing. But then again, what really is heart beeps in life? Really? Yeah. But I would have liked if they, you know, well, you had that K2S. Well, I don't know if he was telling jokes so much as, the hell is my antenna? Oh, antenna. You on the street?
I got him.
As I warned, Nostradamus-like. After Spider-Man recklessly took down Wilson Fisk without preparing for the consequences, our streets are now filled with aspiring gangsters, each trying to out-psycho the other. My next guest is lucky to have survived an armed robbery. Sir, we're glad you're okay.
Thanks. It was nuts. These dudes walk in like they own the place, waving guns around.
Appalling. When a businessman is afraid to make an honest living.
Yeah, it was a lifesaver that Spider-Man came along and stopped him.
Weren't
Yay,
you
Spider-Man.
listening? He caused the problem. Forgive me for raising my voice. I'm emotional at the thought of what you went through. Jared, our caller seems shaken. Let's let him go.
I'm fine.
Goodbye.
So I like hearing that J. Jonah voice. It's kind of just because he's kind of funny. Because he is it. But let's see. Let's talk. So honestly, I don't know who to believe on the whole Sony thing because I've seen so many conflicting reports. There's conflicting reports about new deals going down. There's conflicting reports on who offered who first, who made the first move, whatever. Actually, no, that's no conflict. Basically, the first Marvel made the first move, but the amount of money is or the amount of percentage what they wanted from Sony is what happened. Like, I guess the common report I've seen is obviously Marvel demanded 50%. If they wanted, it's conflicting reports. I'm not conflicted about the conflicting reports. It's basically, you've got one report says that Marvel wanted 50-50 of all the Spider properties they were doing. Spider-Man, Kraven, Vampire, Morbius, Sinister Six. Even if they weren't going to say put creative input into it, which I don't get why I didn't realize Marvel was in a point to make those kind of demands. But I kind of feel like Tom Holland Spider-Man is kind of a success where if they have the right script, they have someone that absolutely feels for the character, because that's the point. That's the point I want to make. If you want to have him say be that Spider, even if he is a criminal, he still has to, he still has to make those banters, even as the situation is worse, he needs a banter that much more to, alleviate the mood. Like if they go down the dark, gritty road with it, I'm a criminal, the world's after me. But I still can't, it's not going to work, and people are going to be like, I want the old Spider-Man back. But I still wouldn't mind seeing a Spider-Man to 100 type of story, or what they did after Civil War, where every criminal and their mama went after him. But they're also saying that it might be an opening for the Norman Osborn to show up and be like, Spider-Man's a criminal, I'm going to get him one way or another. But
Available units, an assault was just reported. Nearest officer, please proceed to Hamilton Heights.
yeah, maybe I should go to that yellow one pretty soon, but I'll probably I just want to swing around and goof off. Let's go for a costume change. Well, if they plan smart, I can see it working. Yeah, basically all it would just be would be, you can't really say he was a Happy Hogan because he's an MCU character. Shoot, what else? What do I have for the mods here? Oh, no, I see what I did. I'm stupid. Sorry. But what do I have for points? Okay. Air Marshal, air attacks, deal additional language damage. Whoop-de-doo! So yeah, we decided to jump into the Far From Home outfit now. Literally, every third Spider-Man, no, or maybe every 50% of the Spider-Man I saw at the Boston Fan Expo were in this outfit, more or less. No, maybe a third of them, like 50% were in the Miles Morales suit. Bar with no name.
Sorry.
Landmarks are complete. Oh, in this section, sure. I don't think I got them all. But I'm just, I'm just never been a fan of Disney being greedy whores to start off with. I mean, what the hell is Spidey Squad? I mean, I'm sure Spidey Squad. Is there somebody here? Somebody was shooting at me. Okay, up there.
You asked for it. Never touch the script.
Who do you think you are, Captain America with that shield? So long, sucker!
Definitely not loving that demons are targeting me now.
No witnesses make it a victimless crime. Do I want to go up there and get stupid? Why not? I like being stupid. So...
Hey, who's that?
Yuri, this place is full of fist guys with suspicious
hit
bulges.
3 enemies with
I'm talking
scaffolding.
about guns, obviously.
So,
I can't order a raid over bulges.
Just a hunch, but
I'll order a
there
raid.
might be a public disturbance pretty soon.
Can't hit him in the air.
So, okay, let's say for a minute that the MCU does, they make the deal. They can, they'll give creative input to Spider-Man movies. What movie in Phase 4 do you put him in? Like, because they have everything announced till, say, 2022. They're not doing any Avengers movies for a while. So, where do you put a Spider-Man in, like, an MCU film in the very near future? And I'm dead. Like, I've seen the only thing I would do, the only thing I could see would be the Shang-Chi, but more like a cameo type of thing. Like, say you're going on to sleep it off.
There you are.
But let's see. I'm trying to remember my Phase 4, so you'll need to excuse me. You have the Eternals. Can't really do anything with that. But I guess they announced that Kit Harington's going to be the Black Knight in it. So, I don't know. You've got Shang-Chi.
Everyone's underestimated.
Actually,
Spider-Man.
I was talking about how they could use him in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. You know, one way or another, just make him happen. As he's going through, like, the multiverses or whatever, is like, oh, there's Spider-Man. Oh boy, you'd be like, that would be an easy cheat. I would think, you know, here's a question, like, what version of Spider-Man does Sony have? Do they have, like, say, can you do a Dark Spider-Man? Or would it be at the base? Basically, he has to be Spider-Man. I don't know why I'm doing this. I hate these waves.
Spider-Man.
But I know basically Doctor Strange is a Doctor Strange Scarlet Witch movie. Which I've heard that they might actually do the like Scarlet Witch is losing her mind type of storyline in it. Or something like that. Or Nightmare might be the villain for that one. But
more guys? Okay, form an orderly line. I promise I'll arrest everyone.
Can we get me, fellas?
Keep them on the ground.
Swing and a miss. I missed you with the scaffolding. Does pose a question where to put him. Like the only film I could see him would be the Doctor Strange movie.
Just showing off.
Like you could make him do like. You could possibly put him in the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, but I'm not sure what that story is going to be. If it's going to be like a
Spider-Man. Every worker assigned to that site reported weed in Atlantic City recently.
Quick and dirty way to launder money. Could be where Fisk keeps his cash these days.
or
We shut have
I
it
don't
down.
know.
We'll
I just know, you know,
on
it's
a-
going to be the
I'm
Marvel
working on a
first kung
warrant.
fu movie,
Way
so
ahead of you.
Smoke 'em!
you smoke them if you got them. But again, I think that might be why because maybe Marvel has no clue what to do with them right now. Just a thought. And you know, but then again, you know, I know that they probably want a bigger piece of the Spider-Man sequel, just because, you know, like if I write a story or something like my friend Jason asked me to write a story, okay.
Reinforcements. Great.
That he's going to use for like whatever.
Guys.
I say, sure, I'll do it right off the bat. You know, I just want, say, a buck out of it. Fine. And then, you know, the story, you know, gets traction. He's like, okay, can you write me another story? Okay, fine. I want a little bit more. Does he have to pay me more, or can he just find somebody else to write the story? All right, see you later, Jason. Oh, come on, guys.
Who cares about you like Willie's guys care about getting kicked in the face, and you'll be golden.
Oh, and by the way, I posted a review of the Ben Reilly Spider-Man figure. I literally just have one shot to finish for the MCU Jacket Spidey and MJ figure and the Craven Spider-Man figure, so I will have those on in a couple days. And then probably we'll do some standard figure reviews, see how that goes. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. We might do some bad karaoke tomorrow, we might not. I don't know, but Tuesday we'll definitely do some top 10s. So see how that goes. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time in the Nerd Room.
Everyone knows he's the king. Everyone knows to be scared.
Trust me, they knew before.
For real? Then why don't...